going in or out of the gym, and like I'm going out and they're going in, and they don't say hi back. I think, wait a minute, are we not human?
Right. Basic
I'm a human.
greeting.
I'm saying I recognize you as a fellow human.
Right.
And they look through me like I'm not, there.
I know.
And I think, what is going on? But I always think of I see you in hello.
Right. I see you. Exactly. I respect you. I'm
That's what it
curious.
is.
I'm curious about you.
But I love your respecting, which is
Yes.
seeing again.
Right.
That's fantastic.
Yes, I love etymology. Just love it.
I do too. Oh, you'll like this one. The root of the word educate.
Yes. To bring forth.
Educare.
Yes.
Which means to draw out.
Right.
So when I'm coaching speakers, I always say, you've got it all inside of you. All I'm going to do is draw it out in a way that the audience thinks really gets it.
So
and
true.
The same thing with teachers. Teachers have to be very spiritual beings and to know that everything is inside of people already. Your job is just to draw it out.
I love that. I wish every single teacher in the whole world heard you say that. The
Yes.
teachers are ultimately and can be and even should be spiritual in that way.
Well, they all are. Otherwise,
Yes.
They wouldn't be in teaching. I mean, everybody is a teacher in some respect.
Right.
Or not. I
Right.
mean, I only attract people who are natural teachers.
Yes.
And that's the only people I know. I know there's a whole bunch of people out there who don't think so, but I'm just not friends with them. I don't choose to be around them.
Right.
They think that they have knowledge that they can put in you because you don't know anything.
Right.
No.
Yes.
No.
They're not
Not
real
my
teachers.
people.
They're preachers, but in the worst sense of the word.
Yeah, not in a good way.
Right.
I always say there's your people and not your people.
Right.
And so you just find your people.
Right. And people communicate vibrationally, energetically, and yes.
Yes. Even
Right.
through your email when you invited me on the show.
Yes.
I got it. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So we're all about relationships here, Mimi.
Yeah, I know. What a cool show.
Yeah. Thank you. And it reminds me of something Rita Rudner said.
Oh.
I don't like the idea of relationship because ships go down. It should be called a relation tractor.
I love her.
It should be. I love her. Love her.
Oh, I love her. I've seen
Yes.
all of her live shows. I went to Vegas and saw her. And
Did you really? Oh, wow.
Oh, yes. A while ago, she was in Vegas, and she was there all the time. She had like a regular, she was there for, several months at one hotel. And my sister and I went and we saw her. She's just so great.
Yes. So the idea of speaking up and finding your voice, and what you're saying, Mimi Donaldson, is that to do so, we have to find out about the other person and what they want and need.
Yes, because if nobody's there to listen, what are you speaking about?
Right.
I mean, speaking, that's what do they call it? A soliloquy.
Yes.
And that's fine, but even Shakespeare wrote soliloquies for the audience to hear.
Right.
I mean, there's no such thing as talking without an audience.
Right.
So I'm always preaching, and I do preach, on leading with the need.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to find out what's making the listener tick. What are they motivated by? What's on their test?
Right. What's the point of speaking if no one is listening? And what are they listening for? Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I don't want them to have to work. I have another phrase that I tell clients: don't make the audience work to give you what you want. Don't make it hard.
Right.
Just do real simple. Here's your need. Here's my solution. Oh, okay. Because that's how I coach. They have to lead with the audience's need, so that the person or the listener, even one listener goes, oh, wow, you really got me.
Mm.
You really did your homework.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And that'll sell what you want to sell right off.
Right. Know thy audience and know thy audience in advance, right? Do your homework.
Yes.
Mm-hmm,
Oh,
mm-hmm.
that's the tough part. There's two parts that are really tough. One is you have to do analysis on your listener,
Mm-hmm.
even if it's your husband or your sister.
Mm-hmm.
You got to find out what's their need, and then update yourself on their need. It's not always the same, as I said. It changes.
Right.
And then the second thing that's really hard is people have to know what they want.
Yes. Good point.
What are you selling? I can't even work with people who don't know what they're selling. They
Right.
have to really know what their selling is, what your product or service, what are you selling? And people are very unclear. Well, I'm working on this a little bit, but then on the side I have this other business, but I've really always wanted to be another thing.
Right.
But are you going to school for that other thing? No, I'm working on this thing, but I really want it. But you're not focusing.
I just want to say that I'm a Gestalt therapist, and that word is from the German. It loosely means to complete, and to complete something for the full Gestalt. And
I love it.
Yes, and we define health as people who know what they want and galvanize their energy to get it, and then receive it, and then assimilate it for growth. Yeah.
Oh, that's so beautiful. So that's what you are a therapist for.
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, I always say, if you're not clear what you want, what you are selling, go to a therapist.
Yes.
To find out, because I'm not trained for that.
Right.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And so people can be interrupted at any point on this, what's called the needs cycle, because they could have been taught you don't deserve to get what you need.
I know.
So therefore they don't, as you said, they don't really look to define what it is they need because they come from that undeserving place. Yeah.
I'm so glad you're doing that work.
Oh, thank you.
Because I have a 30-minute free consultation call to find out if we actually want to work together,
right?
A potential client and I. And if they describe, they did this and they did that, but now they're not doing this, and they don't complete this, and I don't know what to say.
Right.
Because it goes deeper than what I am qualified to work with them on.
Well, because that's the difference between coaching and counseling. Coaching is where you help people get what they want, and counseling is when there's some sort of obstruction.
Oh, that's really, I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
That is the difference, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, so but you can still, keep asking the question. And as you say, education to bring people out. Yeah. And I think people really do know if they dig deep enough and if they believe that they have a right to know and to have what they need. Yeah.
That's the second prerequisite to people working with me. The first one was you got to know what you're selling.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one is, this is just what you said. Mm-hmm. You have to have the confidence to look me in the eye and say, I'm good, without flinching.
Right.
And if you don't have that basic confidence, you need to go to another therapist first before me, because I can only work with you if you're very clear on what you want and you have confidence.
Right.
And then we'll talk about words, because I'm a wordsmith and I draw out the words.
Yes.
And sometimes there's healing in the process, but nothing like what you do. I'm really in awe of somebody who can go deep with people.
And I'm in awe of you being a female humorist or a humorist
yeah.
in general. I appreciate humor so much, but I'm not funny myself.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Not everybody has to be funny. It's so interesting. People, how I started the coaching thing is I was on a program with a keynoter, and she said, how come they gave you a standing ovation and not me?
Huh.
She said, can you help me?
Wow.
And I said, well, your speech isn't real funny.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, I've always wanted to be funny. I said, well, you actually don't have to be funny, but there's situations in your life that when you look back at them, now they're funny. Because
yes.
pain plus time equals humor. It's not funny at the time, but after the pain and when you give it enough time, it becomes a fabulously funny story.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked with her, and I pointed out places in her presentation that she could have the humor. And it's so, she doesn't have to be a stand-up comedian, but the situational humor is there in everybody's profession. I mean, your story about your husband and the beach, that's funny.
Oh, is it? Yay.
Oh, it's
Yippee,
really
Mimi.
funny. Because all you would need to add to it to be funny is you say to the audience, you think I'm going to tell you that we got these fabulously expensive beach chairs.
Right.
And we got umbrellas and a little tent. You think I'm going to say that.
Right.
But actually, I'm not.
Right.
All I said to him was, and then you say what you said.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
they're smiling. See, they're not laughing out loud because you don't need that.
Right.
But they are smiling because when you read people's thoughts like that, oh, you think I was going to say this.
Mm.
And they go, yeah, I do. And they punch their neighbor with their elbow. They elbow their neighbor and go, she's so funny.
She's so funny. And
but
on
you
that,
weren't really funny.
I wasn't really funny, but I see what you mean, to read the audience.
See, the audience loves to be in on the joke.
In on the joke. Wow.
In on the joke.
So thank you. We have to close. This show has gone by so fast. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Mimi Donaldson. And MimiDonaldson.com, I expect, or you can just Google Mimi Donaldson. Yes. Thank you.
MimiDonaldson.com.
MimiDonaldson.com. And this is Dr. Duffy Spencer saying goodbye for now and wishing you great relationships.